what's been the timeline for you? When did you go back home? When did you decide to go back?
Yeah, sure. So I spent spring break in New York, and I brought with me a great friend of mine, Mr. Daniel Cool, who you're also familiar with, who's also a future journalism major. We kind of showed him around New York right as like the coronavirus thing was kind of starting to heat up, but we didn't. Nobody really expected it to be like a huge thing, so we were still going around like hanging in Central Park and stuff. And then like that week, all the schools started closing. BU had not closed yet, but they had like said basically like we're gonna do online classes. Please don't come back. But I kind of said screw it. I all my stuff is up there, my guitars, my keyboard, my records, everything. I just want to hang there. I don't mind hunkering down. So I took a train up and stayed for about a week, and like more and more people kept leaving. It just, I mean, you were there for part of it. It just felt like such a
Yeah.
like a ghost town, man.
Yeah, I had gone to California with my roommate Zach Vuznov, and I was in Orange County for a large, actually the entire spring break. I was in California with him. We went to LA and Newport Beach and all these great spots. But on Thursday of that week is when things started to shut down, and we were in the same kind of boat that you were in, where we didn't really think it was going to be that serious. And then they shut down sports, and we're like, oh, okay, this is unprecedented. And so we kind of figured what we were going to do from there. And so we flew out on Sunday, and by the time I landed, I pretty much packed my stuff up and I left within 12 hours of being. I left. I landed at 7 p.m. and I left at 11 a.m. the next day. So it was very quick and sudden.
Damn. Yeah, it's funny. I was like really determined to stay. Like I felt like it was almost kind of like I romanticized the notion of like sticking it out while everyone else was leaving. I don't know why. Something just made me really want to stay in Boston. But like more and more people left, and eventually BU just said, "All right, everybody just leave," and they gave us like 2 days of notice or something. So my dad just drove up, and we grabbed just about everything I had in the dorm, uh, and drove down to New York, stayed there a night, and then finally drove to Pennsylvania, which is where we've been hunkering down for like the past 2 months now, I guess. We did a few weeks in. We brought up because we go into New York still about every 2 weeks just to make sure like the house is still standing and like
Yeah.
get mail and stuff. And one of those trips we brought back a very good friend of mine, Mr. Michael Shuey, co-host of What's Going On. We took a bit of a risk bringing him up, but he was with us for 3 weeks, showed no signs. None of us showed any symptoms, so seems like it was fine. And so it was nice having him up here, but still very like we're incredibly isolated. So most interactions still tends to be like Zoom, and then presently it's just me, mother, father, dog, just kind of hanging
Yeah.
until further notice.